This is the Media Bubble podcast where we talk about geeky media. He's Karol and I'm Fredrik. Let's get started.
Yes, hello. Welcome to the podcast. In today's episode, it's gonna be a little bit special.
It's a two-parter.
Yeah, hopefully. We actually don't know how long it will be. I'm shooting for two-parter. So, today...
Yeah, we can't do three, Karol.
I convinced Fredrik to play D&D with me.
Convinced you? You have been talking about this for weeks.
I know, but I mean, before we started recording, you said, well, I think it's just like too complicated, and you didn't feel stoked about it, so now I'm feeling like distraught that you would not like it.
But the thing with D&D is that I'm a guy that likes to have things as simple as possible when it comes to board games and things like that. And D&D is like, if you choose one thing, then you have a list of 30 other things that you gotta choose, and yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a common complaint with D&D, seeing that it's not as simple as the other systems for beginners.
But we're going to do this, and Karol has made me a story, apparently.
Well, I can't get on the credit. So, quick disclaimer, because I actually never hosted a D&D campaign for 2 players only, so I took inspiration from an already pre-written adventure from Kazoom. It's a website that provides adventures for your players.
Oh, so you haven't come up with this?
Well, I changed some stuff around to make it more interesting. So it's not exactly one by one, but it really helped me with scaling, like how many enemies should I throw at you and stuff.
We're also playing this on a website called roll20.net.
Yeah, you never used it, but I have like 200 hours on it.
Yeah. And we have also created a character for me, an elf.
Yeah. No. Wait. Before we begin, I welcome you to Baubles and Baubles, the Media Bubble Podcast D&D story.
Hooray!
So, we begin our story in what seems to be a wet, damp, and dreary forest. You awaken to a warm beam of sunlight on your face as it peeks through the flap of your tent. The air is crisp and cool outside, with drops of dew still covering the ferns and underbush of the forest floor. Your camp is as much as you left it last night. As you can see, it's you're stuck in a pine wood forest. What you are doing is seeing that you're looking for these strange emeralds, these strange stones that hail from your country. You have decided to venture forth into Lignon and see if you can find another one of these stones.
Gemstones.
Exactly. So, on a whim, or more of like just on faith, you ventured into what you presume is the location of the gem. You're not exactly sure where it might be, so you decided to pick up some quests, some help requests, and just gather information as while you're in Lignon. If you would like to, would you introduce yourself?
I am Amor pacifis, an elf. Let's see. Should I talk about my backstory here, or?
Yes, go ahead.
Let's see. I'm just going to take up my character sheet so I don't forget anything. Born exactly 100 years ago, Amor pacifis, in the hidden elfen village Terra Amisa.
Exactly.
That was protected by dangerful creatures with the help of the magic gemstone emerald, which is one of 5 magical gemstones in this world. Amor grew up with her parents who were dragon trainers, and is also the reason she can speak the dragon language. Actually, her best friend and travel companion is a dragon, Volans, a dragon that is quite small. How big did we say that he was? A football or?
So we compared him to Mushu from Mulan.
Okay.
And for the, let's say, as you travel, usually he can nestle safely, like in your around your collar or in your clothes, and you don't really feel any like weight of him while traveling. So he's pretty small and he's pretty lightweight.
Okay. The gemstones has always intrigued Amor, and the curiosity of the 5 gemstones coming to the same place is a question that fascinates her. She is currently searching for the ruby in gemstone. She also has a 15-year relationship with her boyfriend, which will not be seen in this tale, only mentioned.
Yeah, just a quick shout out to the awful boyfriend.
Should I talk about her personality too, or?
Yes, and also describe how you look.
Okay, her personality is joyful, cheerful, thinks before act, a bit of a snob, curious, has a thing for ears, likes to win but won't be angry if she doesn't. A big fan of the Media Rocks podcast.
Exactly, as it's a very popular podcast in this world, I presume.
Yeah, everyone likes the Media Rocks podcast.
Exactly, it rocks. It's made of rocks. It's by 2 rock golems.
And how our character looks, can't you just take up a picture when I think about it?
I mean, that definitely, but for our audio listeners.
Oh, okay. As I said, she is an elf that carries a sword and bow and arrows. She has long white hair and white skin too. She bears what is that? A leather armor, Karol, or?
Exactly.
A red leather armor. It's actually Karol that has designed this using a program, so yeah.
Yeah.
She looks nice, Karol.
Thank you. I've I mean, I did
She has big boots too, I see.
You don't have to mention that. I think well, I mean, I did wake you up, or well, not up, but I did keep you awake at 12 a.m. to like figure out the details of this character. Nevertheless,
yeah.
Anyway, so as you wake up in this morning glory, there's birds chirping around, there's just sound over the forest, everything is slightly damp, and your almost cold fireplace is it starts to die out. You feel like, from your calculations, you have a day's travel to Rothe River. That's where you accepted a quest to figure out whatever the thing is happening in that place. You're not exactly sure. The pamphlet said, we require an adventure to figure out our snake problem.
Okay.
Oh, your little dragon companion is still fast asleep in the little tent. You can calculate that it will take at least a day's travel until you reach the town. What would you like to do?
Right now?
Exactly.
Well, I guess I can wait for my dragon friend to wake up. Maybe I can make some breakfast for him. He's a very picky eater, you understand.
Yeah, I think he's quite peculiar for what he likes to eat. So as you move and get into the morning bustle and hustle, you take out your cooking supplies and you rekindle the fire. The little dragon stretches out like a little kitten on your bedroll, and happily scampers to the fireplace to warm up from the cold night outside.
Okay.
So, Amor, that's the voice I'm going with. So, Amor, we've been traveling for quite a while. Are you sure your parents are okay with us traveling countries away from your hometown?
Sure, they couldn't be happier. I finally left the house, they said. And they talked about doing some adult things now that I'm gone. I wonder what they meant by that.
I mean, as much research that they do, I think that's quite adult. Don't you think?
Yeah, they love doing research about the dragons. And now that I'm gone, they can travel a bit more and experience more dragon species.
Yeah, I think they're actually quite glad to get you out of your hair. But I have to say they're quite the helicopter parents for when you were still there. Hoo-wee, if my mom was as overprotective as they were.
Yeah, but I was their only little girl.
As you continue cooking, I would like you to make a check. The first check of the game. Seeing as cooking is... it can be a bit of different things. What do you think? Would you like to roll survival?
What, do you mean that I should roll a dice right now?
Exactly.
Let's see, strength...
So a bit to the right.
Influence, wisdom... Okay, a bit to the right. Let's see.
Ooh. Okay, so you rolled...
What happened?
So if you look in the chat, you can see that you rolled a 3.
Okay.
So what were you trying to make for breakfast?
Some eggs.
Yeah, that did not end up happening. You made a smudgy fried mess. It looks edible, but it will definitely not be pleasant.
Walter, your breakfast is ready.
Woo-wee! I can't wait. I love your charred bits, Amor, any day. It's like one of my favorite things to eat.
I never said that she was a great cook.
Volan snacks on the breakfast happily, and I guess you will sustain yourself with a dry ration instead.
Okay.
So, with that, I would like you to actually roll perception. It's starting to rain again. It's early in the morning, but you don't think you can wait any longer. So roll perception to see if you can find your way to the town in this torrential rain.
Let's say perception.
Exactly.
I have a -1 on that.
But you have proficiency in perception. You rolled persuasion. You cannot persuade the rain.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Okay, so you rolled quite nicely. You rolled 22. With your elven sight and your expertise in perceiving things, you venture forth through the muddy and grassy and dewy forest. With Volan tightly wrapped around your neck, providing warmth in this chilly morning, you set forth towards Rothe River, or where at least you think it is. After a few hours of travel through the forests and hills, you arrive in this little hamlet of a town. Rothe River is, as the name implies, situated on the side of the river, or at least actually both sides. The town is mostly a fishing village, but on the outskirts you can see sprawling farmland and husbandry. The two buildings of interest that you can see are what seems to be a tavern and a blacksmith, as the black smoke is coming out of the building at a rapid pace. It's mid-afternoon, and from the guesstimate you can think, well, this is a small village, about 300 people.
Okay.
As you arrive with your packs and your belongings, a lot of people, busy with the bustle and hustle of the day, they stop and look at you, seeing that finally an adventurer has arrived to take care of this ambiguous problem.
Okay.
They're quite not afraid, but they have their distance, but everyone is smiling at you kindly and looking at you with anticipation.
Have they been waiting for me that long?
Yeah, apparently so. As you look around, there's with time there's a small group of people like coalescing around you, like swarming you with questions like, "Ooh, are you the adventurer we've been looking for?" Or like,
No, get away from me. Don't touch me.
Mrs., is this a real weapon? Can you really shoot really, really far? Or,
Yes.
wow,
So don't get close.
is that like a ferret? But where is its fur? Like, it's like a slimy ferret, Mom. Look at it.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
So what do you do? Do you keep being pelted with questions, or what's your approach?
No, I happily say that I'm an adventurer. I have come to this place because I've heard some things about it. I'm not the one that you probably is waiting for, but I'm here, and I will be hearing of your problem.
The citizens are quite pleased with your answer, but they still insist with just less and less relevant questions. With like, if you haven't seen this road, have you been here? Have you been there? Until a hulking man with who wears dark clothes, like think of like a black coat. He has a heavy breastplate and he has long black hair. He ushers them.
How is his ears, Karol?
From what you think, he looks quite human. He's just a very tall man.
Ow.
And as he approaches you, you can see that there's a lot of soot and dirt and like shavings on his personage.
Okay.
He ushers everyone away with a loud yell and with flaying of his arms, and he gestures you to join him in the Golden Scabbard, which is this town's blacksmith.
He wants me to join him to go to the blacksmith.
Exactly. It seems like he has something to say to you at the blacksmith's.
Is he afraid of the blacksmith?
Well, you don't know. From what you can gather, he friendly calls you over with his begloved hands.
And I tell him, sorry, I'm going to get some food first. I didn't have much for breakfast.
You don't really hear what he says because he's already going to the blacksmiths. But he nods and he heartily goes back to the workshop.
And then I'm going to the blacksmith myself because I know that blacksmith meets a lot of adventurers, so I too want to ask him some things.
So do you want to eat? Do you want to get a bite, or do you want to go to the blacksmiths?
First I'm going to get something to eat, then I'm going to the blacksmith.
Yes. So as you ventured into the town, you have noticed as you was entering, there is one of the bigger buildings, mostly wood, some of it stone, and it has a logo of a golden arrow, almost mid-release. On the sign you can read the place is called the Brazen Arrow.
Okay.
And you enter.
Knock, knock, knock.
You swing the door open, and inside you see, it's still an early afternoon, and this place doesn't really has a culture of day drinking. There's some few patrons around, mostly humans and a sprinkle of dwarves, talking about their bows and whatnot, and what just their daily lives. Behind the bar, you see someone who seems to be the proprietor of this place. A shrewd and somewhat pushy elven cook. He's middle-aged and he wears a scarf over his head, and he has hazel eyes.
Okay. Hi, can I get something to eat and something to drink, maybe?
Well, yes. Hello there, lassie. As you can see, and he runs around. It feels like he he was mid doing something, and you kind of surprised him. Of course, welcome to the Brazen Arrow. We have fish. We have more fish. We have dried and fermented fish. We do quite specialized in some of the newer art cuisines, combining fish with rice and whatnot.
Okay, can I get a bird?
I guess if you're feeling less adventurous, he.
What is your fish special today?
Today is freshly caught catfish.
Oh, I can take one of those then. How much do it cost?
That would be 1 silver piece. Together with the meal, there's also a beverage of your choice, as well as some potatoes fried in deep oil.
Okay, sure.
Of course. You hand.
Wait, did you just describe fish and chips?
As you hand over the plate of a whole silver coin to the proprietor, he rushes out and begins preparing this fantastical version, never heard before, of fish and chips. You sit down and look at the populace. Would you roll me perception?
Okay. I just gotta find it first.
So, you rolled a 9. I think what had happened is you still feel some of the watchful eyes of the other patrons, although you can never catch one of their glimpses as they look at your personage. You mull your drink as you have received it beforehand, and the elven cook arrives with 1 fresh plate of fish and chips before you. There you go, a scrumptious catfish with fried potato. I've heard it's all the rage in oh my god, I forgot the name of the neighboring country. I've heard
the country that I'm from, or
well, no. Well, I for the first part, I don't even know where you hail from. What I meant was fish and fried potatoes are quite popular in Oatsville.
Okay, sure.
But anyway, I feel
sure it is.
I feel like you're the adventuring sort. What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just looking for something.
Something? Well...
Something?
Oh, well, we're looking right now for someone. We have sent many messages about what the problem that is on town, but alas, almost no one comes and visits us so far up north.
Who is it that you're looking for?
Well... Not who.
Is it someone with a black coat?
No. I think I know. That's our local blacksmith, I feel like.
Oh, was he the blacksmith?
Well, I think if you mean our friend Rob and Chris, he's the proprietor of the of our smithery.
Oh, okay.
But if you tell me what you're looking for, I'm glad I could be of any help.
I'm looking for I'm looking for some good food and fun times.
Well, I got you covered on both. So, any more questions? And you know,
Yeah, yes, one question. I heard some rumors about some kind of mystical stone that's supposed to have made some troubles around here. Have you heard of something like that?
The old elf scratches his forehead and thinks to himself for a minute. Well, I don't know if there's any stones involved, but it would quite quite well explain the events happening in here. Okay, well, I'm dancing a little bit too much about around the topic. So we're dealing with 1T. Namely, we have a neighboring squad, a neighboring town, a neighboring hole of 1T, and not before long they've been causing trouble to this town.
Okay.
And the problem is we've sent people to negotiate, but we don't know if that helped at all. Seeing that now their vicious magics have invaded our very own crypts and graveyards.
Okay.
Before we can get any more information out of the cook, he is hailed over by one of the other patrons, and he wishes you farewell and leaves you with your meal.
Okay.
So
I'm eating up then.
how does it taste? Freshly caught catfish.
Better than the eggs.
Volan also steals some of the fries and he nibbles on them underneath her coat. So, Amor, I feel like we if I remember this correctly, we were...
Did the cook describe how the person looked that that he wanted me to look for?
No, you didn't catch that.
Oh, okay.
But if you remember your assignment for why you came here, because you are looking in this area for the gem, but you decided to, by questing, get more information about the surroundings. So you have taken upon the quest. If you look in your satchel, you find a note describing looking for help, and the missive is in the town's church. So that's the person that requested your assistance.
Okay, but first I gotta go to the blacksmith. I kind of promised someone that I would go there.
Well, I mean, your choice. Just don't wake me up for... if there isn't food, don't wake me up.
Okay.
And he slithers down your coat a little bit more, and he vanishes.
Ow.
You say goodbye to the tavern owner, and you go to the blacksmith's.
Goodbye.
The tavern owner waves you goodbye, and as the bell rings upon you exiting door, you head towards the blacksmith's. So the Golden Scavard is a little bit roomier. A lot of the shop is situated outside, seeing that this is a operation requiring fresh air, big fire, and also steady supply to water. So they just knocked over some of the side walls, and it's an open air blacksmith.
So now I'm at the blacksmith.
Exactly. You can see the hulking black-clad man operating the furnace. You can hear the clangs and the sounds of a new tool or weapon being made. He's completely occupied with his work as you approach the shop.
Hello, I'm back.
He jumps.
Oh, are you a bit of a scaredy cat? I know someone like that.
Okay. Deep breath, breathe in, breathe out.
Take deep breaths.
So-
In, out.
Okay.
Okay, what was it that you wanted me to know?
Well, I just saw you last being troubled by our villager or friends here at Rothe River, and I felt it was quite unkind for them to just swarm anyone new coming to town.
Okay.
So I was just trying to give you a pass to run away, but seeing that you were free to go, I think I succeeded.
Yay. Couldn't you have said so earlier?
Well, it was kind of difficult saying it all over the townsfolk. But anyway, my name is Noir Whisper. Nice to meet you.
Hello, I'm Amor pacifis. But you can call me Amor.
It is very pleasant to meet you, and he extends a soot-coated hand towards you.
Okay.
He retracts his hand.
I shake his hand.
It's too late. He already retracted it, and he's taking off the suit.
No, I shaked his hand, and I shaked it really hard.
Okay, you can as you shake and feel that although this is a very large man, there is little to like weight behind the handshake. I was guessing that you were an adventurer to Rothe. I presume you were sent here by our priest, Father Robert.
No.
Volan slithers out of your coat and whispers in the ear, "Yeah, that was the name of the guy that sent you the thing."
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, wait, haven't you read the letter?
Yeah, but I forget pretty quickly things. I'm more of a act before thinking kind of girl.
God damn it, Amor, I cannot be your secretary.
Okay, apparently it was him that you were talking about, that David guy.
Robert.
That Robert guy.
Exactly. Well, Father Robert is a busy man, but I think the recent events left him quite distraught. He is the one trying to make sense of this situation with the bones and the snakes and the. Ugh, I'm just shaking about it.
It's okay. Take deep breaths again.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you have been safe from our little townsfolk. But I think if you would like to know more, go ask Father Robert about the situation.
Oh, I want to ask you something before that.
Yeah, go ahead. And he goes back to like cleaning his supplies and stoking the fire.
Okay, because you're the blacksmith of this village, that means that a lot of adventurers should be going to you, correct?
Well, I mean, a little bit.
Okay, tell me everything you know about the gemstone, and I also has an ability that I know if you're lying, so don't lie.
He ponders a little bit. Oh, you mean like jewelry? Sorry, I mostly take care of tools breaking, cutlery, or just basic pots and pans. I've never dabbled in the finer crafts.
Well, then you're useless to me. Goodbye.
And you storm out of the building?
No, I shaked his hand again and walked away.
Okay. Oh, well, I mean, if you had any gold, I could try. As you leave. You didn't feel that he was lying.
Okay.
So, out of your options, you can continue asking the townsfolk for information, or you can head to the church and speak with Father Robert.
I'm not really that much of a religious elf, but let's go to church, I guess. That seems to be the best clue I have.
All right. As you venture forth out of the edge of the town, you continue further up north, and to the right you see a wooden church. Along the side of the church, there's a small garden with herbs and other useful plants. The large double doors of the church are open, and standing within them is a male human, looking at you, smiling ear to ear. He's a stocky man, wearing brown cloth vestments. His skin is fair, and his golden hair is graying, obviously dyed. There's a patch of gray hair where he applied a little Trullo dye, and you can see that he tried to cover up, but it's still quite visible that he dyes his hair.
Okay.
Welcome, fair adventurer. Finally, I have awaited you with bated breath. Come in.
Sure, I can come in.
Although this place is small and quaint, there's still a lot of meticulous artistry involved. There's tapestries, there's glass-stained windows at the end side of the building. Afternoon light seeping gently through with multitude of colors. There is a stillness inside, only broken by the gladdened voice of the pastor. He rushes back and ushers you in to his private quarters.
Wow, you have so many nice colors here.
Thank you. Our goddess appreciates the color, and we are but simple servants ought to oblige her whims.
Whatever you say.
My name is Robert. I'm so fine glad to meet you. We have waited along for anyone who would help us with our problem. Are you knowing of the situation?
Kind of. I heard something about a person that is missing.
Well, it ain't really a person. What happened is this our quaint little village. It was just perfect, almost absolutely picturesque. But we have been experiencing terrors beyond our control. Our catacombs have been infested by this terrible, snaky abomination, and we dare not search the crypt.
Okay. Don't you have a warrior in this village or something like that?
We have sent many a helping hand and many a farmer into the depths, but besides them, we do not have any able-bodied, skilled warriors on our side.
Okay.
As you're talking, he presents you with cookies, some of them with lavender, and he pours you a cup of tea.
But I'm not drinking or drinking because I don't know this man.
Alrighty then. The crypt is located a little bit further up north. It's in our graveyard, but we dare not leave our loved ones to the elements. So instead, we usually bury everyone in our catacombs. But as I said, since some time, there have been accidents happening with people going to the crypt. Would you please look it up and see if it can be cleaned?
Not really that interested.
Please,
I choose life before death.
But if not for it.
Okay. I can give you a one option which can make me do it. Do you have some information about a magical stone, perhaps?
No. Well, I mean.
Well, I guess goodbye then.
Wait! And as you start storming off, the priest is looking back. If it's riches, if it's money, I'm sure we can scramble enough to pay your fee. But please, we have no one else to rely on with this problem.
I'm an elf, you lowly human. I don't need your kind of treasure.
Even so, please take pity. There are many good men, human and dwarf alike, who would do anything for you to help us. Another adventure could be here in months or years.
Well, good luck until then.
Before you leave, as you're turning to leave and as you're walking away, you feel as if something is scattering up your leg. You haven't noticed, but your little friend has been scampering around this little whole place. And before you go, he whispers in your ear, "Amor, don't go. I think there's something actually of interest here. Just let me pry a little bit more, and I will give you the deets. All right?"
You and your interests. Okay then.
And unseen, he scampers away.
Oh, okay. I can do this job for you, but I want all the riches of this village, and a 15% share on the fish you catch.
I mean, it's not up to me to decide the shares and the and you see that this man is visibly stressed because you're actually like probably his only hope in the situation. What if I spoke to the fishermen and they gave you a little bit of their income? Or, well, I'll speak to the village. I cannot promise mounts of gold, but at least we'll try to get at least some of the reward for you.
Okay, because I don't want to worry anyone else. I can do with whatever you give me.
All right, then it's settled. And he hurriedly scatters back to his office to look for the map and directions to the catacombs. In the meanwhile, you see your little friend, your little dragon friend. I need to find a token for him. So, your little dragon friend, he scurries up, left, right, up, center, up the walls, and then he stops and begins to almost vibrate as he approaches the little totem situated at the far back end of the church.
Have you found something?
I've been trying to sniff out any special magical energies, anything that would remind me of what we've seen at home. But like if there's anything, it's this weird statue here.
Well, what about it? What are you feeling from it?
As he's about to say, the priest comes back. Volan scanters up your leg into your clothes, and you're caught standing on the podium looking at the statue.
Hey priest, what's this statue about?
Oh, this is just a humble gift, an artisan's depiction, just a humble little totem, nothing to be. Nothing of value, I swear. It's just something depicting, a symbol of our goddess here protecting our little river.
Oh, so if it's not worth anything, then maybe this could be my price, or.
But would you? Are you really? Will you really take the divine depiction of our goddess from our temple? Even if we can shower you with whatever our village can scramble?
No, I think this statue can do.
You can see the gears turning inside his head. He takes his hands, ruffles through his hair, and he makes a loud exhale. It's been a gift from a friend, and it's been quite lovely having it around, but I think... Can you roll charisma to try and persuade him to pair with his totem?
Let's see, I just gotta find charisma.
Okay, so you rolled awfully. Roll an 8. So this man is not persuaded. Seems like even though the whole village's safety is in jeopardy, he still has doubts about parting with this totem. What he says is, I have to think about it. What if we say like this? Handle our problems, and now think about letting go of the statue.
You will not think about it. You will give me the statue when I'm back after doing your little task.
Are you intimidating him?
Of course.
Okay, then please roll intimidation for me. Because you're threatening him to do it.
Okay, where's intimidation then?
You rolled a 9. So, he, as a man of cloth, doesn't say anything. He stares you right in the eye, takes the totem with him to his private chambers. He is about to move it to the private chambers. And as he goes, he says, as a man of God, I cannot use my own religion as a payment for a service. It pains me to do so, but if I must, my oath to my goddess takes priority. I will find you a suitable reward. But this totem is non-negotiable. And he goes out and he slams the door. And behind the door you can hear him screaming, "Please leave!"
Walter, let's go out of this search and talk for a bit.
You two close the church doors behind you. As you leave the church, you can hear a angered yell coming from the living section of this church. It's a yell of anger and desperation.
Okay, Walter. You know me. I'm quite a nice person. I would usually do this task, but there was something about that man that I didn't really trust. So I didn't really want to do this quest, but after you talked so much about the statue and how he acted about the statue, it makes me curious.
Amor, I swear, there's something weird. There's this. I just have the weirdest vibes coming from the statue. Like, I don't think. Well, maybe it's the crystal, but what would it do? What would it do it here in this, like, in the sticks? Shouldn't it be like in a deep cavern or guarded by like a bajillion soldiers?
Yeah. As I said, there's something There's something about that priest. So I say we do this. I say we do the quest to be nice, and then when we come back, we say that to him that we have cleared the task, but we will also try to steal the statue at night.
That sounds like a good idea, actually. Like, this is just some small little town. Like, they won't it's just a statue. They'll get over it.
Yeah.
And he said it himself. It's not that valuable.
Yeah. It seems like what do normal people have for value of a statue?
I don't know.
I mean these are humans, Voltaire. They can find some other rocks to
pretty their place.
To.
Like, we have important stuff to do. We need these important gems. You can just find another shiny things to worship, right?
Yeah, they're humans.
As you keep talking, you can see the blacksmith going out of the golden scabbard. He waves to you and he rushes to you. So, did you get the deets? Are you free to go? Or I've heard a yell. Did it go well?
Yeah, it went good. Just one question. How long has he been the priest here?
Oh, well, Father Robert has been here not that long, if to be honest. Our previous priest had a little bit problem with choking in a donut. The problem was that we needed a replacement priest, and then arrived Father Robert.
Has that statue that is in the church always been there?
I don't... Wait, well, let me think. I think it arrived one day, but it's quite nice. It's a depiction of the goddess, right? That's what we've been told.
Which goddess?
The goddess Rhea.
Interesting.
If you would like to, you can roll history or investigation to see if you can rack your brain for information.
Okay, let's... What did you say? History?
Exactly. So either history, if you can remember anything about the goddess, or investigation to get from the context clues who she is. Or religion, if you just wanna... if you're religious much.
I said before that this character isn't really that much religious.
Then investigation or history.
Let's see. History is a 5 and investigation is also a 5. Let's take investigation.
All right.
Let's
What did you
see.
get?
Okay, then it's a 12.
So with a 12, you remember that Rhea had something to do with, well, rejuvenation, goddess of life, and she's usually depicted with badgers. But other than that, you don't really remember that much about her.
Okay. Voltora, I have a feeling that isn't Rhea.
Well, I mean, maybe. I always snoozed off in religion lessons, so I'm not even religious in the first place. I don't really know if she's good or bad, if that's her or not.
Yeah. There was just there were no badgers there. And Rhea is a god that always is depicted with badgers.
Are you talking with Volan right now when the blacksmith is standing next to you?
I thought he had left.
No, he's just staring agape at you, talking with an actual dragon.
Well, he doesn't seem like a person that he doesn't seem to be a person that cares that much.
I'm still right here. Like, you... okay. A little lizard friend or not, and he speaks. That's really cute. But I'm guessing if you want to actually go and figure out problems in the crypt, I can give you some directions. And he actually he describes to you which way to take to arrive at the crypts of the Rothe River.
Okay.
But he also says that the snakes only come out at night. So usually when they come out, the whole place is not only dark, like pitch black, but it's also like really dangerous.
Okay. Well, thank you, man. I was wrong about you. You're very useful.
I feel like that's a backhanded compliment, but I'll still take it. You know. Have a good one, Amor. Well, tell me when you get back how it went.
Okay.
All right?
Well, there's no point to go when it's soon dark. So I guess we're going to sleep here and go in the morning, I guess.
But didn't he say that we should go during the night so that the snakes will come out? Weren't we supposed to kill them?
I thought he said that. Well, snakes sleeps, and wouldn't it be easier to go into the territory when they are sleeping and maybe find something out of her disappearance that way?
Well, I mean, we can try if you want to, because elves, they meditate. Right now it's approaching late afternoon. You have option A, you can go to the tavern, but I feel like the best choice would to say that you just go to the tavern and you sleep, and then you head out, or we can directly go and head to the catacombs.
I'm impatient. Let's go to the catacombs.
Alright then, to the catacombs. As you venture outside of town, you head back into the crowded forests. With many twists and turns, and many hills and and stones, you find yourself in the middle of, more forest. Would you kindly roll survival for me?
No, I think I'm going to sleep and wait until it's morning.
Alright, do you sleep in the forest or do you sleep in the tavern?
As I said, we have already gone to the forest, Karol.
But you're going to the catacombs. The catacombs aren't.
Yeah, but
like,
right
far
before
away
we
from...
go into the catacombs, I like 3 steps before it. I'm going to sleep there, Karol. Or Voltar.
By the catacombs?
Or you're complicated. Why do you always want to go into dangerous situations? It's.
I'm just saying, sleeping by the catacombs is like the picture book definition of dangerous. Where do you want to sleep?
Yeah, but I'm
Amor?
not sleeping in the catacombs. I'm sleeping right beside them.
But what if the snakes come out?
The snakes. I have a dragon.
Well, I am a dragon. That's all right. But you know how I am. I don't want to fight.
Oh, you really are useless sometimes. Well, okay,
Sometimes.
well, okay, let's go in. Well, let's go into the dark then. I want to be done with this quest as fast as possible.
He jumps on your back, and you two venture into the caverns. Catacombs. Quick question: do you have dark vision?
I think I have actually. Let's see.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, dark vision. Twilight for forest at night sky. You have superior vision in dark dim condition. You can see in dim light within 60 feet. And in darkness, if there dim light, you can't discern colors. In darkness, only shades of gray.
All right. So do you venture out inside without any sort of light, or do you take like a torch with you and light it up?
Well,
because inside the caverns,
didn't I
pitch
also
black.
have a spell that kind of lights things up when I think about it?
Yes, you do. So would you please cast a spell in that case?
Okay.
So go to spells on your character sheet, and you can click on the spell. What's the name?
Dancing lights.
So click on it.
What happened?
So you've cast a spell. You used your spell slot. Oh well, cantrips do not use spell slots. But this means that you create up to 4 torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs. You can decide.
Well, what did you say? Lanterns or?
So it's a source of light, but you can decide how it looks. Is it like a skull or like a shiny gem? Is it like a ball of light?
Let's say ball of lights.
Okay, so you have 4 floating ball of lights surrounding you.
Sure.
As you venture into the catacombs, they're really, really dark. They're extremely dark. It's a dark maze of caskets and bones. Skulls line the little inlets in the walls. There are arranged macabre displays to honor the dead. Religious symbols are drawn onto the walls, and epithets are written into the stone. As you pass by one of the shelves, suddenly you hear rattling inside, and a patchy-looking snake attacks.
Hello.
So as you venture out, bum ba-dum, bum. And after him comes his little buddy, equally frightful and equally deadly.
Altar, attack.
Hell no! I'm staying far here back. This is your job. You have the weapons. You have the bow. I'm just a little guy. It's my birthday.
It's not your birthday.
Also, I wear glasses. You wouldn't force a guy with glasses to fight.
Well, I don't really want to fight. Let's just run away.
Oh, well, but you see, the snakes go in for attack. So please roll initiative.
Oh my god.
So we're going into a fight.
I guess I have to fight this then.
So if you look in your character sheet, I'm clicking all the stuff, sorry. Beside armor class, you can find initiative.
Okay, initiative 14 then.
Okay, and I'm gonna roll for the snakes. So, you go first, actually.
Hooray.
So you have two snakes before you. One is a little bit further up ahead, but the one that just jumped out of the wall, is right like 5 feet in front of you, and he's readying himself to bite.
Does he have poison in his fang?
It's, well, it looks pretty dead. So, but you can't rule out...
His mouth look dead.
Yeah, exactly. So, as I said, it's a patchy-looking snake. So, as you look at your foe, it's like a snake, but some of the chunks are missing out of it. There's bone exposed, some of the skin, it flays around. There's like missing bits to the snake. But it still feels like it probably could hold poison.
Okay, sure, let's just move on.
Yeah, so what do? You can either use your daggers, or you could use your bow. You can't use your bow because they're pretty close to you.
What did you say?
You can't use your bow because it's close to you.
How close is it?
So one of the snakes is right next to you, and the other one is a little bit further ahead.
How far away is right next to me?
It's like right up your face. It's beneath your feet.
Well, yeah, let's use the dagger then.
All right, then I would like you to roll for attack.
What kind of dice am I rolling?
So this here is a d20 plus 6.
Okay.
So you roll a d20 and then you add 6 to it. So you rolled actually a 9. So you ready your dagger and you begin to, and you start to like charge up, and you slash at your foe, but you miss. As you're about to plunge your sword, it like scratches the ground instead. And you don't hurt the snake at all.
Why? I rolled a 15.
Exactly, but you didn't beat his AC.
And what is that?
So armor class, that's how hard it is to hit you. To make that, to do damage.
Yeah, but how much has the snake?
I can't tell you. You have to roll better.
Voltar, tell me.
I'm sorry, but it's just like...
Or else you're eating rotten eggs again.
Okay, I swear. It's just that your mom told me not to spoil you too much. Like you got all the information at the instant. Like, it's time for you to learn the hard way.
Screw the hard way.
All right, let me remember. And
Voltar, what are we doing now then?
And he rolls to see if he can remember. He cannot remember the AC of the snake. I'm sorry, Amor, I just can't remember.
I gotta say that we have gotten some useless rolls this whole game.
Yeah. So what the snake does is he lunges for the first snake right before you.
Okay.
He lunges forward, and let's see how much damage if he hits. Yeah, he hits. So the snake goes in for a for a big chomp ski, and it's 1d8 plus 1, and he does massive 4 damage to you.
Voltar, I told you that we were supposed to sleep beside the cave.
I mean, the snake would still probably come out and bite us.
No, it wouldn't. Why are you never listening to me?
Can you at least take the snake out of your arm? You're bleeding!
Okay, what do I need to roll then?
Oh, no you don't, because now the other snake goes. The problem with the second snake is that he needs to scooch over a little bit. So he slithers to you too, and he goes in for Chomsky as well.
Okay.
And he rolled a natty 1. So what the other snake does is he also tries to he also like springs, like he's like a reloaded spring, and he jumps forward to you, but he misses completely and he locks his jaw inside a wall. So he's he can't damage you for this round. You get advantage to hit him.
Is he blind or?
No, so the green snake, the other one that's further away, he charged up a jump. He wanted to hit you, but what happened was he missed completely and he got stuck in a wall.
Okay, sure.
So that was your turn again. What do you want to do?
What do you mean, what do I want to do? You told me before I can just use the dagger because my arrows is too... The snakes are too close for my arrows.
Yeah, sorry, Amor. It's just that your arrows are not really suited for catacombs. Like, did you really have to bring a bow here? Is it like really, really dumb?
Yeah, let's just use the dagger. Well, what am I supposed to press again?
Press rapier again. Wait, are you using a dagger or a rapier?
I used the rapier the last time.
Okay, then you can use either dagger or rapier.
Let's use dagger.
You got... So you whip up your dagger again, and you swing, and you miss. You have your dagger nudge some of the walls around you, and you whiff completely.
I'm having a forever match with two snakes. Is this what's happening right now?
Right now, you missed all your shots, and I don't know how. Come on, Amor, focus. So the snake that is not lodged into the wall, he's gonna roll to see if he can hit. He misses. So he rolled a 15. That's your armor class, so it doesn't hit. So he goes in for another Chomsky. He props himself up and he wants to go for your ankles, but he bites on one of the harder parts of your armor, and that's why you don't feel any damage. Beside him, his friend is still stuck in the wall. He moves away. He tries to wiggle himself out, and he's gonna do a strength check to see if that works. He does that. So the other bone snake gets himself free off the wall, and he's readying himself for another chop. So ready your dagger and hack away.
What I'm supposed to attack again?
Yes. Now you hit. Finally. Thank God. So what did you get?
19.
With 19, you take your dagger with 2 hits, tries the charm. You slash at the snake.
Yeah.
I would like you to roll a 1d8 plus 4.
So D8 and...
Yes, so I need you to roll 1 8-sided dice. And add 4 to it.
Well, that would be 9 in that case.
Okay, so you slash and you hit the snake pretty good. Pretty darn good, actually. So he looks worse for the wear. Like, if you hit it one more time, he will probably be dead.
We have a fantasy setting and I'm fighting 2 snakes.
No, 2 skeleton snakes.
Oh, excuse me, 2 skeleton snakes. Okay, what are the snakes doing now?
They're wriggling and snake around.
Okay, what am I supposed to do now then?
So the one that hits you, he goes in for a counterattack. We'll see if he hits again. He hits. He bites down. He goes in for your knee again, and he deals 7 damage. Oh my God, you're almost gonna die.
Okay.
So how much HP do you have left?
Where do I see that?
So I've been keeping track. It's 15 it's 19 minus 4 minus 7.
What did you say? 19 minus 4 minus 7?
Exactly.
That would be 8 in that case.
Yeah, so you have 8 hit points.
Okay. What does that other snake do?
He is actually gonna try to go around you and try to get you from behind. So he's gonna just move. But he's still within your range, so he shouldn't get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, should I attack again or?
Yes, but remember, you have insightful fighting. So can you make a wisdom? Check?
Okay, how do I do that then?
So go to your character sheet.
Yep, I'm already there.
And just click on wisdom.
I clicked on wisdom, Karol. For Voltar.
Yeah, you have -1 wisdom. I forgot.
I have a 5 in intelligence.
Okay, and the snake is gonna make a charisma roll. I'm just trying not to get you killed. It's -5. Come on, come on. Ha! He gets a 0. Okay. So, with your knowledge with your arts and training from your childhood, you pick one of the snakes, and you can use sneak attack on the unsuspecting snake. He's not suspecting you using the sneak action, the sneak attack.
Okay.
So, if you would kindly roll, use your rapier. That's a natural 20, baby. So you actually double your damage. So roll 2d8s plus 8.
What did you say? 2d8?
Yes, plus 8.
Do you mean...
2 8-sided die.
Okay, 2 8-sided die.
So that's a 9 plus 8, which is 17. And you can also add your sneak attack. So it's a 2d6, 2 6-sided dice. So roll me 2 6-sided dice.
Should I roll 1 6-sided dice or 2?
You should actually roll 4.
Okay, 4 6-sided dice then.
That's an 11. So you deal 27 damage to the snake.
That is awful. 1, 2, 6, and 2.
You got like all the low rolls for this. Okay.
Can I get a real dice instead?
I will buy you some dice if you want to.
I usually do better in real dice.
The problem is I'm not going to be able to see him since we do it on Roll20. But next time we play in person, you can get real dice.
Okay. What happens now, Karol?
Okay.
Or Voltar?
So how would you like to kill this thing? Just describe it to me.
I take my dagger and I put my dagger in right in his brain.
Okay. And as you do that, the whole thing just... You know, there's like there's those toys that when you put something in and you push a button and it's just like poof, like a toast, like it pops out. As you do that, as you plunge your dagger deep into this undead snake, it just stops, and then all of his bones and things just like pop, 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 poof, 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 poof. All of the room.
Did he turn into a wolf?
No, he just like all of the parts, skeletal parts, just like pop off him in all different directions of the room.
Oh.
He's just dead. He just exploded. So that leaves one of his pals left. And he's gonna go for an attack again, because he has to avenge his mate. And that doesn't. What's that's 14. Does that hit you? What's your AC?
My armor class.
Exactly.
15.
Okay, so if I ask you, does 14 hit? And your armor class is 15. That does not hit because it needs to be more than AC.
Okay.
So that does not hit. So. Being so preoccupied with his friend exploding into a billion pieces, the snake whips again, and he bounces off the wall. Now you're the only thing left with the snake.
Oh, it's just you and me now. And Voltar there behind me.
So, if you would like to, can you make another wisdom check on the second snake?
Okay, wisdom check.
That's a 13. Yeah, so I will see if the snake passes the check. 12 minus 5, that's... Yeah, so the snake still really surprised. So that means you can go for your sneak attack. So roll for attack.
Dagger or rapier?
You probably should go with rapier because that's a finesse weapon.
Okay. I got a 9.
Yeah, so you take your rapier and you point it and you boonk, but you still miss the snake. It's a game of cat and mouse. You just keep missing each other. The snake
I am having way too much trouble with snakes.
There's gosh darn too many snakes in this gosh darn catacombs. The snake, on the other hand, does not have enough because he goes for your calf and he hits. So he does. It was 1d8 plus 1. And he does 4 damage to you.
Okay, then I have 4 left.
Yeah, so you're pretty badly beat up. Like, these snakes are really taking a toll on you.
Well, who cares about that right now? Let's move on, Karol.
So so go for another attack.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with rapier again.
That's...
I got worse this time. What is the number to the right?
So, in some cases, you roll with advantage or disadvantage. So, for example, if the snake would be stuck in the wall still, you would have advantage, so you get better of the roll. Or, for example, if you were like stuck in a wall or like on the ground, you'd have to pick worst of the choices.
Okay.
So the snake goes again for a bite. And he whips. You're both pretty tired at this point, but this snake does not give up. Come on, Amor, I believe in you.
Should I attack again?
Yes.
You gotta be kidding me.
You got a natural 1. So
this is getting ridiculous, actually.
So what happens is, not only you miss again, as you go in for a poke, your rapier goes between the tiles on the floor, and you go in, and you're so unprepared for this feeling of the thing being stuck, that you let go of the rapier, and now it's stuck in the ground, and you have no sword on you.
Is it you that's coming up with this, or is there some kind of list that does this for you?
So it's a tradition for when natural ones are getting rolled. It's like the worst possible outcome.
Okay.
Like some people would insist that you fall and like, and you're like, and post something else on you. But let's say you just let go of your weapon.
Okay, sure. What does the snake do for damage on me this time?
He snakes sneakily and he snobs with his snoot on your shingles. You know that he can kill you right now, right?
Yeah, sure. Let's just see what he does.
I don't want it to end yet. He hits. So, the snake, not at all perplexed by what just happened, he sees you being defenseless and he goes in for another bite.
Yeah, move on, Karol. That's a 6.
How much HP did you have? How much health do you have?
I have 4 right now.
So what happens is you're all very badly beaten up. You have marks all over your body from the bloody snakes. One of them is dead, one of them is undamaged. So with the long last bite, you start feeling everything fade. You're off balance. Your head begins to turn around. You lose the balance in your feet. You fall over. You see your beloved pet / friend / actual friend.
And we move forward. I died, okay.
And everything goes black. And you lose track of time and sense of place, and you don't know where you are. You feel the blackness encroaching on your body, and you feel lost.
Okay, Karol, do this a little bit quicker, thank you.
Come on, this is your eulogy, man. and before you fade, you hear a loud roar. And then everything goes really, really black. And that's, dear listeners, is where we'll pick up from in the next episode, maybe? Who knows? Will Amor survive? Has something happened? Is she gone for good? Find out in the next episode of Baubles and Baubles.
I gotta say, this was disappointing. I died of 2 snakes.
Well, did you die out of 2 snakes? This is like...
Karol, I told you that we should go in the morning. Why do I listen to you?
I can't tell you, but... I mean, the plan was to exterminate the snakes anyway. They would have found you anyway.
Well, anyway, thank you for listening to this episode. And if you have enjoyed this as much as we have, think about subscribing. I have been Fredrik, and this has been Karol, and see you next time.
See you again in the next episode, and let's hope that Amor gets out of this one alive? ? Have a good one. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We would also like to credit Jahzzar for his wonderful song Comedie, which we use for our intro and outro. He also composed the song we use for the D&D Stinger, which is Landscape number 4. Both can be found on his personal website, betterwithmusic.com, or on the Free Sound Archive on his profile, which is also Jahzzar. Also, all of the sound effects used, you should be able to find credit in the episode description. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.